you guys get out practice today? What did it feel like to get on that practice field?
It felt amazing. It was great to be back. It's been a long time since we've actually flown around and just been all together again and putting somewhat of pads on with spiders, but it was just amazing.
Well, what was the condition of the team? Coach said guys are cramping up. Was there any little rust today?
I wouldn't say rust. It's just we're really pushing hard this season because we have a lot to prove and our expectations are raising. So our coach has to. So everybody was going as hard as possible today, and I was glad that a lot of people were burning out early, so we can learn how to push through later.
You've had a lot of first practices here at UTSA. I know there's a lot of new here, so that's obviously different. But anything different about this day than in your previous several here?
Just the camaraderie and the ability to go from last year, not having to change systems or change regimes and things like that, just having that consistency of culture and leadership throughout makes a big difference.
Coach was saying because of the new building and the new fields, it was kind of like a road game. Everybody was trying to figure out where the world they needed to be. Did you kind of have that feeling?
Oh, I did. I was running left and right like a chicken with my head cut off because I'm trying to lead at the same time, but I don't know where I'm going. So it was like a big thing just running back and forth, but once we got it on, it was pretty good.
What was your overall impression of kind of the facility and how things flow here? Is it going to make a difference for you guys going forward?
I would have spent $40 million a little bit better, but no, I think it's fantastic. It's a beautiful building. It looks great. I love how our culture is all around, and I like how and a lot of our demographics and different graphics around the building is showing tribute back to our older players, the people that some people might have forgotten about that we haven't.
Does it make a difference just in the flow of a practice day to day, like how you get from the locker room to the field?
Oh, absolutely. Not having to jog about like half a mile out to the field and from the locker room makes a huge difference. Going straight from our locker room straight to the field, it just makes it's less of a hurdle to grab.
Is it helpful to have that grass surface that you can play on as well?
Oh yeah, well, offense didn't get to touch it today. We were on the turf today, but I'm pretty sure we'll switch tomorrow. So, but I heard the defense had a nice breeze, cool, so they were flying around a little bit more today, but we'll see tomorrow.
Well, bad news. Trader said week by week, not day by day.
Well, we're gonna be hot tomorrow then.
I know a lot of players in every sport have different routines before practice or game or whatever, and I don't know, but maybe you had some in the old building.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found yourself trying to find some new ways to hype up before practice or places to look, before you go?
So now there's with our player lounge, it's a nice little quiet area in there that you can relax. And we have music bumping in the locker room. I like to decompress before practice before I turn it back on. So going in there and then the training room, we have a nice little spot in there. It's a pretty good spot for all around. Little nooks and crannies everywhere.
Get a good Papa Shot game in before.
Just a little bit of Roy's Kitchen first, and then warm out.
How would you sort of assess the tight end this fall?
We are deep. It's about 8 of us that can all play. Before we were really top heavy with me, Gavin, and Oscar, but now Dan Dishman's coming up, Allen's coming up, Keyshawn Compton. Our room is extremely deep and really competitive. I'm not even sure if I'll start this year.
You do have a lot of scholarship guys on the roster because of the way the returning seniors have come into the mix. Has that changed kind of how practice feels or how everything works at all?
It adds more leadership, which is big. It helps the young guys, it bridges that gap a little bit easier, but it just adds more competition, and I know if we can beat each other to pulp every day, we'll beat everybody we play.
That leadership component is interesting because yesterday Coach Traylor was talking to us about how we're going to re-vote and who knows if the same guys are going to win. Is that like an interesting dynamic, or do you feel like a lot of the same leaders have carried over from last year to this year?
No, we actually take it as a challenge. So at first, Coach Traylor wanted to do away with it, but we voted to keep that system in place because it holds leaders like myself accountable to where I can't get complacent or be easy because I have people like Gavin, Oscar, and Dishman all chipping in to get 4, 2, 3, 0, whatever number they want, or the leadership council role. So it keeps everybody accountable and keeps us from eating that cheese that he always talks about.
Thanks, Leroy.
Thank you.
Thank you.